name is Joel Robinette.
And I'm Chris Cole.
We are both part of the same congregation, Kieseltown United Methodist Church, on the Shenandoah River District of the Virginia Annual Conference.
And we both have a connection to Mozambique.
That's right, and so do you.
Our Virginia Annual Conference has done ministry with Mozambique in partnerships of hope since 2001.
I was not around Virginia yet when we began ministry and partnering together in places like Maputo, Cambini, and Bungane with agricultural, educational, medical, material, spiritual, and missionary support. But we've had teams and people come from Mozambique here to Virginia to bless us, and we've had people from Virginia go to Mozambique. Chris has been on 4 trips to Mozambique, and Chris, would you tell us a little bit about one story from Mozambique?
One of the things I really like about Mozambique is going to worship with the people there. They really have a joyful worship experience. I will tell about one instance when the team was at Cambini, staying at the guest house, and we were all assigned to go to different churches on Sunday. Betty Whitehurst, who was the Conference UMW president, and Deborah Barnwell, a pastor, and I were assigned to go to Pagula. Now, Pagula is right in the middle of nowhere. We met the pastor who was to take us there. We joined him at his truck at 9 o'clock in the morning, and Betty and Deborah and I climbed in the cab with him, and his wife was seated in a chair in the bed of the truck. She was a rather large woman, so it was a large chair. After about 40 minutes, not because it was that far away, but because the roads were so bad, we pulled into the front of the United Methodist Church in Pagula. 3 gentlemen, one of whom spoke English, met us and conducted us to a table set for a meal where we sat down, and they were served chicken, which the women had roasted over an open fire. And there was another lady who brought around a big bowl of salad. Now, when you first go to Mozambique, 2 things you are told is never drink the water and never eat the lettuce. So there we were with lettuce on our plates. So we decided we had to eat it rather than offend our host. Fortunately, none of us got sick. After the meal, we went into the church and we sat up on the stage. Deborah was to deliver the message. After considerable singing and dancing around, Deborah gave the message. And then after that, we passed the peace. Well, that took a good while. There were close to 100 people there, and you had to speak to everybody. I thought it was about time to go back and sit down and hear the United Methodist women, who were dressed in their uniform of a white head wrap and a maroon jacket, black skirt. They all came around Deborah, and then the next thing you know, they picked her up and were bouncing her up and down in the air. I thought, well, they really liked her message. Next thing I know, she was on the ground and I was up in the air bouncing around. Then it was Betty's turn, and after that they tried to hoist the pastor's wife, but she was a little too heavy. They had to give up on that one. After more singing and few words from the pastor, we went back out to the church. This was 3 hours later. And the table where we had eaten had been moved over under the shade, and there was another meal prepared. So we sat down and ate again. After that, it was time to say goodbye. They gave us a big bag of cashews to take with us, and we headed back to Cambini. The rest of them had been back for hours. They were just waiting to hear about our experiences, and so it was a good day.
It's different than our worship at Kieseltown United Methodist Church. A few differences there.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Our congregation has supported missionaries to Mozambique, and we've hosted them here at our church several times. They usually work with agriculture at the Cambini United Methodist Church farm. John and Di, one of our missionaries, he recently had a project that he invited us to help with. It was for expanded irrigation for the farm so they could even increase the farming they were doing. We were able to join in with the Virginia Partnerships of Hope, as well as the New York and Oklahoma annual conferences to raise $21,584 to provide the funds for that project, and it has been completed. Praise God.
Then we got reeled in to be part of the Partnerships of Hope team with Mozambique.
Yes, we did, and we need your help. The Mozambique Partnerships of Home team, it's had a few years of dormancy, and it's time to rise and get active again. We have a great history of ministry together with Mozambique.
We have some funds available.
And we could use help from congregations and people who want to partner in mission with Mozambique.
Joel and I will both be at the 2024 Virginia Annual Conference this year. We would love to meet you to share together about Mozambique Partnerships of Hope.
Thank you for giving to the Virginia Annual Conference offering and for your support for Mozambique Partnerships of Hope.